We're born into cycles, so let's reference it as the Apple operating system, like an iPhone operating system, right? So when the iPhone first came out, it had iOS 1. And that iOS 1 is the operating system that we're born into. Over time, the operating system is updated, right? And each time we have an experience, our operating system upgrades according to what we embodied and what we felt and what we experienced. Our operating system upgrades to expect that and to for it to be normal. So it just feels normal. And like iOS 1 when it came out, it was great. It worked fine. But as that operate as the as it evolved, the operating system had to evolve too. As the phones evolved, the operating system had to evolve. And if you didn't update your phone, like I remember when the first Apple update came out, it was not good. It was like, what the heck? I'm not updating my phone ever again. But it wasn't the smoothest because it was the first update. And then as it became more and more, and we kept getting more updates, then eventually they started to work out the kinks and it started to get better. However, you have to choose to update your operating system. And sometimes we get into these spots of an old operating system that we don't like, we don't want anymore. And we have to consciously make the choice to have that time for our operating system to upgrade. And that upgrade in the operating system comes through our thoughts, our dominant thoughts, and our actions, and our that then create the feelings that we feel, that then create the life that we experience, right? It's this process. But you're born into a certain process. And if you don't update your operating system, that process will keep being recreated until eventually you fizzle out. Because you can't live in this for that long. It won't work. Eventually, you'll get tired, and bigger expressions of dis-ease will come up with illness and sickness and all these things, right? More stress, more frustration, whatever. And so that's why when people come to me and they say, life is so stressful, but I've never felt anything different, this is why. Because you were born into a cycle that inhabited those those energies that you became so used to. So all of this might seem perfectly normal because that's what you were born into. So your nervous system is familiar with it. It understands it. It gets it. Like it's when I was in this space, it was the mindset of it's bad and it's not fun and it sucks, but at least I know what it will be. I know what to expect of it. I know what it is. And it's not hoping for something different and being let down, or hoping and working and really wanting something different, but not understanding the operating system of the human and all of it failing, and then you feeling like, well, what was the point? Why should I even try to break out of this when this is just what I know? So I'm going to just stay here. But you know it's not what you want. It doesn't feel good. It feels chaotic and stressful. But when you're born into this and you get to that moment, that choice point of, okay, life feels chaotic and stressful. I was born into this. I get it, but I don't want it anymore. Then you have a powerful choice to make. And it's not just one choice one time. It's choice in multiple times, in multiple moments of every single day. So you're here, and it's sad. sad face, and you want to get to here, happy face, right? And to get there, you have to go through a process. And it's kind of like this because you have ups and you have downs. It's the roller coaster of life, I like to call it. But each time you're down, you learn and then you move up. And when you're up, you learn more and then you have an experience and you might come back down. But when you're down here, it's another learning moment and another choice point to come up again. And each of these, I like to call it is what feels better, choosing what feels better. So here you're sad, you don't like life, whatever, but you want to be happy. So you make a choice. Make a choice. And you make this choice, and then you feel better. And when you feel better, then something, because this is life and it's a roller coaster, will come along to make you feel not so good, right? And as you come down and you get to the bottom, you can see I've been in worse spaces. I've been here before. And from here, where I am, I'm okay, right? You're okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but you're okay. And so then from here, you make a choice. What feels better from here? So as you keep choosing what feels better, you're the whole time, you're on this roller coaster, right? What's really happening, if we were to look at it from a different view, is you're here, you're starting, a sad person, and then you make a choice and you go up and up and up and up and up and up. And each time you get back to the same moment. So here we are. We start, we go up, and then we come around and down, and here we are again. And at this moment, that choice point, you have a choice to do what feels better from there. And as you do what feels better each and every time, you come back to that same moment, that same choice point in a new time and space, but a similar choice point that you had before. And you make a new choice to keep doing what feels better. And it's going to feel weird because when you've lived down here and this is where all of your family is, everybody's sad, everybody's meh, and what do I do? Meh. And that's what people are, right? This is what the normal is. As you start to go up, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel different. It's going to feel foreign. Like even being able to relax feels foreign when you've been in a state of fight or flight or chaos or always having to do. So, or even when you've always been in a state of stress, then trying to breathe, taking a moment to not do anything, taking time off, relaxing, napping, it feels weird. Even though it feels so good, it's weird. It's really, really weird. And when we allow ourselves to feel that weird, but still continue to make the next better feeling moment, the next better feeling choice, then we get to another choice point and we keep going and we keep evolving and growing and growing. And as you see, even up here, we might get to multiple times where it's like, what the heck do we do? And you make another choice to keep doing what feels better because you know you want to get here. This is that state of bliss where you feel so good, right? You're just radiating with joy. You're so happy, you're shining like the sun. You can barely contain your joy because it's just oozing out of you. And as you keep making that choice to get happier and happier, it's going to shake off all this old stuff. You're going to have to leave things behind. You're going to have to let things go. You're going to have to keep choosing your joy in each moment. It might just be this song makes me feel sad. I'm going to take it off of my playlist. Or this movie used to be my favorite, but it's actually really stressful because our brain likes predictability. No, ignore the spelling. Brain likes predictability. And so when you start doing something different, your brain is going to scream. It's going to be like, what are you doing? This isn't what we do. And your nervous system's going to go haywire and everything's going to feel weird. Just like safety feels weird when you've been in a state of unsafety for your whole life. If you've never experienced safety when you're safe, it feels weird in your body. Your subconscious looks for the validation of unsafety again. It's really an interesting thing how our brains work. But as we start doing what feels better, then our brain will get used to feeling better and it will allow us to keep moving up and up through all those choice points. And each time we get to a new choice point, we make a better feeling choice. No matter how many times it comes along, no matter how many times we have to meet it and we learn and we do something new, we still keep going up because we want to go to joy, freedom, enlightenment. We want to free ourselves from this, from heavy, dense, icky, sticky energy. Because really, that's what it feels like. It feels like this icky black goo that's just like tar almost. And it's so sticky. It wants you there. It's captivating. It's what you're used to. It's not right, but it's what you're used to. So your life feels chaotic because you're used to it. And you haven't yet made the choice to do and to dedicate yourself to doing what feels better in every moment, no matter what. Because your life depends on it. Your life depends on your joy for you to continue going. For you to live the life that you want to live, it depends on your joy. Once upon a time, I was down here. And then I chose music that made me feel better. I chose movies that made me feel better. I stopped watching the news. I stopped doing all the things that were making me feel bad. If it made me feel bad, I didn't do it. I just had to make that commitment to myself because, trigger warning, but I tried to end this life multiple times. More times than I can even count. I tried to escape, like by taking myself out. And it didn't work. And when I was like, well, I failed at that, then I'm going to live life and I'm going to live it well. Because if I can't leave, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it better and more fulfilling and in a way that feels good. Because I refuse to live a life that does not feel good. So choice by choice, moment by moment, I transformed everything. And now I live here. This is my normal. Even my thoughts, my inner thoughts are this. When I was literally, like I said before, I was born into stress and chaos and pain and hurt. I suffered so much abuse and trauma when I was younger, like itty bitty. And life sucked.